Now we will check the how many missing values are present in each column using the isnull function. Our data frame, and on this data frame we will use the isnull function like this, and we will check the sum of all missing values. So we will use the sum function also with this. When we will run this, it will show the count of all missing values in each column. In our hour column we have 6 missing values, in day of week we have 10 missing values, and we have maximum missing values in temperature and humidity column, which is 18. We can also show those records that contain any null values or missing values using the isna function or isnull function, and the syntax will be our data frame name dot isna. Here I will use any function because we want to show all those records or all those rows which contain even a single missing value. So any, and here I will pass x is equal to 1 because we want the output row wise. When we will run this, it will show the result like this in boolean format, true and false. To get the desired output, we can pass our data frame name and put this command in the square brackets like this. When we will run this, it will show the desired output. These records are those records where we have even a single missing value. In our column, this is the missing value here. In this record, we have missing value in year column, and similarly other columns also, like this one we have missing value in temperature, and these all. Here when we see these 4 records, all the values are missing here, means we have to remove these 4 records from here. And as we go down, we can check the result like this. In this row we have this missing value. Missing value is represented as NaN, means not a number. Similarly, we can show all the records that contain all missing values. Okay, so the syntax is almost same. Our data frame name dot isna function, and this time we will use the all function instead of any function that we use above. Any function we use above, and this time we will use the all function, small a, and x is equal to 1. When we will run this, it will show the result in boolean format. To get the result in a data frame format, we will pass our data frame and we will include this command in the square brackets like this. It will show all 4 records where each value is missing in every column. Now we will drop all those records that contain all missing values, means we have to remove these 4 records, and for this we can use the dropna function. Our data frame name dropna function, and here we have to remove the rows where all values are missing, so we will use this function. Here we will use the how parameter. Let's see. First of all, we have to consider our data frame. On this data frame we have to use the dropna function. Inside this function we have to tell the function what type of rows we want to delete. So in this case we will have to remove the records where all values are missing, so I will pass parameter how equal to all. How equal to all. When we will run this, it will show the result after removing those records. We will save the result in our actual data frame, data equal to this, and this is our data now. Here if we see, we have 43,844 records. Earlier in our original data frame we have 43848 rows. So we can notice that all 4 records are removed now. We can copy this command and run this again. It will show no output because all 4 records are deleted now. Now if we check the count of missing values in each column, again isnull.sum function, then it is showing this output after removing the 4 records. Now we have to deal with the missing values of these columns, and for this we have two different functions. One is backward fill, the short form is bfill, and we have another function which is forward fill, and it is denoted by ffill. So if we talk about backward fill or bfill, it means suppose we have a value here 61 in this row, and suppose this column has a missing value, means this value is missing, so we have to fill this value with the backward fill. So when we will use the backward fill, this 61 value will also be placed here. Here also we will have 61, means the value is moved, or you can say is copied in the one row above. Okay. Similarly, we have forward fill. Suppose this value is missing here, 3012 is not present here, and 3172 is present here. Suppose when we use forward fill on this demand column, this 3172 value will be copied at this place also, means this value will be forwarded in the below row. So this is backward fill and forward fill. Now in this data frame, on some columns we will use the forward fill, and on other columns we will use the backward fill. Suppose I will consider some columns here. Our column, on these columns are day of week, month, year, day of year. I will use the forward fill. So forward fill is denoted by ffill, ffill function. It is simple like this. When we will run this, the values are filled, but the changes are not done in the original columns. So we have to consider the original columns once again, here like this and equal to here. The command has been executed and the changes has been done permanently. On other columns, the temperature and humidity column, I can use the backward fill function bfill. It is simple. Running this, data frame is not defined. We have data here. The command has been executed, and we have to save this in our original columns like this, and the changes are done permanently in these two columns as well. Now one column is left here, which is our demand column. On this column, to fill the missing values, we will consider a third function, which is interpolate. So first of all, we will consider this column demand, and on this column I will use interpolate function. In this function we will pass a parameter which is method, and our method will be time here. So when we will run this, the command has been executed. Now let's see what is this interpolate function. The Pandas library provides the interpolate method for series and data frames to fill the missing values in the time series data. As we have already this data in time series format, so this function or method will work well here. This method offers various interpolation techniques to suit different data characteristics and requirements. Here we have used the time method. The time method is specifically designed for the time series data, interpolating based on the actual time interval between the observation, and it requires a date time index. Here we already have a date time index. So this method is the perfect fit to fill the missing values in the demand column, and we will make the changes in the column here also. The command has been executed and all the missing values in each column are filled now. If we check for missing value isnull function dot sum, then you can see there is no missing value in any column. And if we check our shape of our data frame, then we can use the shape method like this. It is showing that finally we have 43,844 rows and 8 columns.